Okay, listen. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you do not order clothes on the internet. This has been a rule since day one. I bought these pants because I'm going on a fishing trip next week, which is why I'm recording the podcast today, which is Tuesday, and I'll probably be putting it up tomorrow. I'll probably be putting it up Wednesday. And yeah, so it's gonna be going up early, but I ordered we're going on a fishing trip. So I want some ski pants. And I ordered some ski pants on Amazon. And yeah, I guess I should have gotten a hint when they said they were 5XL for Christ's sake. But I didn't know what that entailed, so I just ordered them away. And it said it was like a size 45 waist at the max. But it's stretchy, so I ordered these pants, and they come in the mail, and there's this little they're in basically what I would consider to be an envelope, one of those smaller Amazon packages. And I'm like, wait, my pants were coming today. Pants that I thought were ski pants. Which, ski pants are pretty damn thick. And lo and behold, I open I was like, there's no way this is what I think it is. And I open it up, and yeah, lo and behold, it's this little thin, looks like wind pants essentially, but they're like a child's size, and they're size 5XL. I'm like, holy fuck! Welcome everybody back to NRJB Sport, episode 12. Yeah, like I said in the intro, yeah, it's 5XL in Chinese, I guess, results in children's pants. And it's always stupid too, because when you order something from China on this stuff, and we're gonna get into that a little bit, but when you order stuff on there, it never tells you it's small. Like they give you a little chart. They're like, this is a Chinese company. This is the size conversion chart, and they're gonna give you like chart 1 and chart 2, and they're both fucking wrong. Cause though, like I said, the chart I ordered was equal to a size 42 to 45, which like a size 40 I could fit, like a 40 waist, I could fit, but I'm probably more of a 42. I mean, I'm a fat fuck. What can I say? But I get this thing, and yeah, I'm not even like I wasn't even embellishing it at all. It's like it's literally just the smallest, like paper thin little pants ever. So yeah, so I'm gonna either have to go to an actual store, or I don't know, figure out something, borrow some from a friend. I don't know. I guess I should have known better that ski pants should have been more expensive than like I think those ones were like $30, but the picture, like by the pictures, they look sweet. They look like really fucking sweet, like almost like combat style fucking ski pants. I'm like, these look sick. But all those damn Chinese products are, well, I mean, it's a stereotype for a reason that anything made in China is shit. And it just goes to show that yes, that's true. But but there's a bigger problem here. And the bigger problem is that everything made in China or sorry, everything that you order on Amazon these days is fucking Chinese. And I'm starting to lose hope in Amazon. I think Amazon's been infiltrated by the Chinese embassy. Because if we go on Amazon.ca right now, you look at any, because these ski pants even, they were one of their Amazon choice. Shit like that. It's always like an Amazon choice, or it's one of their recommended products, and they'll have like a bunch of 5-star reviews, and I'm like, I'll bet you the Chinese have infiltrated Amazon, and now they're putting fake 5-star reviews on shit. Because there's no way anybody would give this 5-star. Anybody who bought it thinking it was going to be sweet, like, there's just no way. I'm gonna look right now. Like, let's look up something arbitrary, like computer chairs, for example. So when I look at computer chairs, like all these sponsored ones are all the top. What the fuck? There's literally a zero gravity lounger in computer chair. I don't think that's a computer chair, there, buddy. If you look up any of this stuff here, I'll bet you it's a goddamn Chinese company. Yeah, yeah. This one's Amazon's choice. 100%. 100% guarantee that's a fucking Chinese knockoff. But yeah, I don't know, it's this. Yeah, like it doesn't even say what the brand is. Like that's the red flag right there. But my point about talking about this is that every anything you want, whether it's a gaming chair, ski pants, anything, a microphone. Like my friend, well, Ryan, he's the co-host on the alternate weekends or alternate weekdays. Sorry, on the podcast here. He he just bought a mic off Amazon, an XLR mic that he wants to use for the podcast and stuff. And it turns out that it was coming from China because he's like, yeah, it's not going to be here for a while. I'm like, let me guess, Shenzhen, China. He's like, how did you know? I'm like, oh, it's just a fucking force. I just haven't. I just know. I just know. I know shitty Chinese products when I see them. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's conspiracy theory or what's going on there, but do it for yourself. Just go home, look it up on Amazon.ca or .com, wherever you're located, and just look up anything you want to buy, and then look at the Amazon's Choice one, the one that's the best seller, and it's fucking gonna be a stupid ass Chinese product that you don't want. And like to me, I think that's a little fucking bullshit because Amazon is like the goat when it comes to online shopping. And if you're gonna pollute the Amazon store with a bunch of shitty knockoff products, well, people are just gonna lose hope in you and they're gonna lose faith in the brand. Like I said, I already am. Like literally, I have to like double and triple check. And I think there's a lot of people out there that would be like, well, you gotta check your brands and you gotta know what's going on. It's like, yeah, but not everybody's. You know, if I'm buying a computer part, I'll look for like Corsair or Gigabyte or MSI, something like that. Okay, but you know what? Ski pants? That's outdoors. It's fucking cold outside. I don't know the right brand to buy. I don't know anything. When it comes to clothes, I'm fucking in the dark. So when I go on Amazon, I'm gonna trust that the shit that they're peddling, that's highly rated, I might add, is probably gonna be, high quality, good shit at a good price. And yeah, those ones I got were like $40. Like $40 is a lot of money to spend on a lemon. I have no mercy for people that shop on like wish.com or something. It's like, I got this PC for $10. It's like, ah, you did you? Looks like a $10 PC. But like if you buy something that's, not the price range, it's typical that you're gonna get burned. But when it comes to ski pad stuff, I thought $40 was a mid-range price. I mean, there's these spider ones that are like it's a women's one, but they're like $120. I didn't want to go that crazy, you know, just for a fishing trip. But I don't know. They look high quality anyway, but I really don't know. But the point is, when you look at the reviews, you'll see there all these Chinese products will also have like almost all 5-star reviews, enough to give the item a good review anyway. So yeah, like this is okay. What the hell? Okay, this person Tatiana gave these ski pants that I bought 3 stars and put bad design. Like, why the fuck? They just look ridiculous on my husband. Too tight on the hip slash crotch, and in the same time, extremely long. I expected them to be less tight considering they're pants for outdoor activities. Yeah, no shit, me too. I expected them to actually fit a normal person too. The fabric is too thin. I ordered the summer ones. Okay, see, and that's it. Mine was too thin too, but I didn't order the summer ones. I ordered the winter ones. Okay, and that okay, so I see. That was her initial review. And so the update number 2 is that these pants have a different material, not as thin as the other pair. Quite good fabric. My husband wears size 29 and 30, but these pants in size 30 were too tight. So we're in size 32, and they need to be shortened. What the fuck? Are do these people have no standards? Like, it's like, yeah, they're still shit, but 3 stars. No, fucking review bomb. Half a star. I'll be giving these cunts half a star. Here's a 5 star. Oh, I believe this is a real person. Their name's Amazon customer. It says, I'm slim. These are slim fit. If you have a beefy butt or thighs, you might be returning these? Question mark. Good strong seams, zippers, delivery was on pace, and the 32 waist is 31, 32. That's me. They fit. Waist closure and hook clasp, old school. Probably will pull out, so I bought a belt to help last. I'm 30 inseam, and I'm not walking on the hem. I like this as sports pants. Update on where to follow. I recommend. Okay, holy fuck. That person is clearly a Chinese spy, because they cannot type in English. So, Amazon customer, I'm fucking on to you. Oh, here we go. Karen. A literal Karen reviewed it too. I wish you were given the option of length. My husband is 6'3" and we ordered the 34. The length is spot on, but could be longer. What? What? That is a Karen. The length is spot on, but could be longer. Well, why the fuck did you say it's spot on then? That literally makes no sense. Oh, we just lost Craig, just so everybody knows. That's the one recording bot. We still got Gyark, though. I thought Ryan might have been joining the call for some reason. Because he's online right now, but... Anyways. So that's my point. Be wary of when you're buying stuff on Amazon. Not everything is what it seems, and I don't know. I wish there was a way to filter. I mean, maybe there is a way. I just haven't looked into it much, but I wish there was a way to like filter out the fucking Chinese bullshit, because literally this has happened so often, and like one of my favorite Netflix series, because I'm obsessed with it, is Cobra Kai, and I wanted to get a sick Cobra Kai hoodie just to represent, but the problem is every one of the fucking Cobra Kai brands on there, like all these sick designs are really cool designs. But I know because when you look at them, they're all coming out of China. And I'm like, and I know if I fucking buy them, they're just gonna be like, because they have those stupid charts on them that'll be like, it's like 4XL, it's a size 32, and it's like, okay, buddy, it's like that's exactly what I just did with the ski pants. I I ordered the technically 5XL, but clearly that didn't work. So I knew once it showed up, it would not look anything like it did. in its picture. The they're the fucking yeah. Imalon is the company that makes the one Cobra Kai thing. It's a really sweet. It's a really sweet looking hoodie. But I fucking know that if I ordered it, it would not A, it would not look like that, and B, it would be in like size 2. So I don't know. Just annoying. That's all. Anyway, moving on from that. Like this sort of yeah. I've said that's that. I'm really excited for the future of virtual reality because I watched my buddy Sword Kira. He's been on the podcast a few times. I watched him playing this horror game in VR, and holy shit, that had to be one of the scariest games I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how he did it, honestly. It's like you're really it's called Exorcism, I think, or the Exorcist Legion VR is what it's called, and yeah, it's oh my god, you get into that game and there's just you're literally just exercising demons and ghosts, and but you're doing it all in virtual reality, and it was so goddamn creepy. If anybody has a chance to check it out, I definitely would. Yeah, the Exorcism VR game that'll pop up for it. But Jesus Christ, he had to like shine a crucifix on snakes and had to save a baby. It was out of control. My God. Yeah. So a big thing I want to talk about though was something I just recently learned about, and it's that I guess this is happening in the UK, but they want to get into a digital currency. Let me just bring it up here. Uh, yeah, so this is happening. I guess I don't have access to the Telegraph, which is the newspaper, so I can't go any further into the article. But it's in England, so and it says the Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming, which so there's this whole thing I guess going on over there that digital that digital currency they want to make their own to kind of compete with Bitcoin and all that, but they want to make it so it's not decentralized. They want to make it so it's centralized on a bank. So essentially, you won't use notes or pounds or whatever. It'll be these digital, we'll say credits. But the scary thing about it, and the reason I wanted to bring it up, was that it's actually programmable. And that's what they're talking about in this article is how basically the way the money will work is that it's like it's digital money in your digital account, but you can only use it on things that the state deems useful. So basically, they could dictate what that money can be spent on. And like between the vaccination passports and all this weird socialist shit that's going on right now, this scares the fuck out of me. And it should scare the fuck out of you too. Because believe me when I say we do not want this. You do not want to give the government any control ever. You just don't. Because as it's been proven again with the Freedom of Information Act during the Iraq War in America, and the Emergency Relief Bill in Canada during COVID right now. Once you give that kind of power to the government, they're not going to give it back. Not all of it. That's for sure. You know, we'll get out of a state of emergency. Sure, that'll happen. But you're never. They just don't give up power. And I've been trying to tell people this forever that governments do not idly give back power. especially when it's been surrendered freely. Because it's a power play, right? They get their power and then they want it and then they crave more. That's it. And then eventually it leads to like tyrannical dictators, right? So I just this this digital currency thing where the government could tell you what you can and can't spend your money on, that's fucking frightening. So, you get like 2,000 digital coins or whatever the hell the currency is going to be. And say you want to upgrade your computer, you want to get a new graphics card. Well, that's not a necessary purchase under our socialist regime. Sorry, you can't spend your money on that. Or maybe it could be something like you can only spend $20 a month on fast food, which is like half a meal, I guess. But that's what they're getting at here, though, is that they're getting at the point that this centralized digital currency, they could program it and make it like that. And there's a lot of people that are quite worried about it, thinking that the whole vaccination passport was the infrastructure that's they're laying the foundation for stuff like this to come along. So it starts with vaccination passports one day, and then it leads to a whole social credit score like China, which, as you see by our Amazon products, we do not want. We want a little quality in our life. I find it, I do find it so ironic that China used to be like such a crazy kingdom, like some of the greatest history took place there, and like it's just like the Han Dynasty and all that, all that crazy history that took place there, and it's just like it's all kind of been turned to shit for a communist party now. And now all they do is they're doing a Muslim genocide, which is not good. And I'm glad that some people in Canada actually know about that, because that's another thing that's being swept under the rug right now. Is there's like literally a whole bunch of Muslim people being rounded up and put into like essentially work or concentration camps, and they're also being like death camps too. They're being killed, right? But nobody cares. Nobody says a thing about it. But my one buddy, he converted recently when he got married, and he was talking to me about it too. And I was like, well, I'm glad you know about it because those are your people. Like it's scary, man. The amount of shit that's going on in the world that we don't know anything about, and I don't know. I feel like China has to stop at some point, and that's why I'm so scared about all this vaccination stuff and like all these mandates. Because, like I said before, that's where it all leads. It all leads to fucking crazy communist shit that we don't want, you know. And I think digital currency is going to be the future, but this programmable stuff, no, that's not acceptable. That's fucking scary because the moment you get programmable shit, the government can tell you what you can and can't spend your money on. Well, you're fucked. But yeah, moving on from that though, uh, another point I was gonna make. This is kind of random, but not really. Is that this is from a couple weeks ago, but it's just something I want to talk about. Hey, people out there, if you can't take care of animals, don't get animals. Like it's really simple. I know this person, right? And they talk. First of all, they're the biggest crybaby ever on social media, right? One of those real sacks of shit. That every day is set. Every day it's an emotional roller coaster. It's like the worst day of their lives, right? Which to that I gotta say, it's like, get your shit together. Get your head out of your ass. If you're gonna sit there on social media all day and just cry and sob and try to get people's attention, I'm surprised anybody is her friend anymore on there. I'm surprised. I just lurk because it's fun. It's fun to watch somebody slowly lose their mind, I guess. But it's like I'm surprised she has anybody sympathizing for her because, like, so to me, it's so obvious because I'm so self-aware of how things run and how people are acting. I'm like, I know what you're doing, dummy. But every time, it's always a sad fucking day, and then and then and this time, and well, not just this time. Every time, there's like 7 other girls commenting, "Oh, oh, sweetie pie, don't worry, it's gonna be better. Oh, honey, don't worry, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone." Okay, I had to sneak in that cringe reference there, sorry. But, it's always emotional support and all these fucking people like sympathizing with her, which is DEFCON level 8 cringe. But really, what they should be doing is just slamming down their desk and going, emotional damage. Because it's, yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so the dogs, the whole thing about animals, not taking care of them, this is where we're going. Coming full circle here. Basically, her and her guy. And okay, hold on. Before we get to the dogs, I gotta say too, the guy thing. This person's also one of those people that like post nonstop about their partner and how great they are, but then and then they'll be like there would always be like random things like, you wanted him back in high school, you had your chance, he's mine now, bitch. It's like, holy fuck, nobody wants to date Oscar the Grouch, you fuck. Like, put that thing out back and fuck off. Those people that think their fucking boyfriend's hot shit, but they look like, but he looks like he just fucking got off the smallpox bus. Fuck. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that was another thing. Just, yeah, one of those cringy couples, right? And to be honest, they'll probably break up in 2 years, and then there'll be the whole cycle of, oh my god, he was so toxic. He was never there for me. Jesus. Sorry. I know you guys are cringed out, but it's the way she goes. But, sorry, I got a burp there. And don't worry, it's not going to be burp. Oh, today I burped 18 times consecutively. Yeah, new world record, I know. Everybody just turned off the podcast. But anyways, going back to the dogs. So anyways, they have these dogs. They had like 2 dogs. Or, well, they had a dog and a cat, I think. And then they bought this puppy. They just had to have this puppy. It was so cute. It was so little. We just wanted it. It'll never grow big, right? It'll never grow big and have needs and want food and walks all the time. There's no way that would happen. But, there's all that's what happens. And then there's this other dog that needed a home, and they adopted that dog. They're like, yeah, we have that dog, and so they have like fucking 3 dogs and a cat, and they're in an apartment for fuck's sakes, and it's like a not anybody who's, and I don't know, they're all fucking bastard hounds or whatever. I don't know what breed they are, but they're not small dogs. These aren't Chihuahuas or something, or Yorkshire Terriers or something like that. These are bigger dogs. Like, I would say medium to large dogs. And it's like they're in an apartment. Obviously, you can't fucking take care of them. And every day they're fucking complaining about money. I'm like, well, no shit. You work you work in retail, and your boyfriend doesn't work. Like, of course you can't afford your fucking apartment and 3 dogs and a cat. But anyways, she starts crying one day on the old facade book, and it's like nonstop every few hours. Like, this is the hardest day of my life. I have not stopped crying since 4 minutes ago. I really could use a friend. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, yeah, it was literally. I'm looking at them right now, and it was literally like a whole week of crying statuses. Like I haven't stopped crying. I haven't stopped crying since yesterday. Does life ever get better? Holy shit. Oh my god. Anyways, so the whole point of this story is that it goes to this. Holy fuck! Sorry, Windows 11 just popped up for some reason. That's weird. So the whole point is it comes full circle, right? And and the thing she was crying about all week, and this is crying more than usual. Usually it's like one sad status a day. This was like 3 or 4 a day consecutively for a week. And what it turned out to be was that they ended up having to give up their dogs for adoption. And I think their cat too. Maybe just the dogs. I don't know, to be honest. But they're saying all this stuff about how it's just it's just the right move for them. They don't deserve to be locked up in this apartment. They need more room. It's just a better move. They're more free. I'm gonna go visit them every week. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut your damn mouth. You're full of shit, and you fucking know it. And nobody's buying your bullshit. The reality is you bought like a bunch of dogs, and you thought they were just going to be small forever and cute and easy, and now they're big and they're destructive and they're fucking up your little apartment. And yeah, they have a lot of energy. You can't let them out. And they're expensive. Ryan, the co-host of this podcast, has one dog. He's a husky, and he's a fucking handful. He's, cute as a button, but it's a lot of work. Dogs are a lot of work, especially the bigger breeds. But these assholes that are getting a lot of fucking clout on Facebook from a bunch of pathetic people they basically fucking ruined these 3 dogs. So now they have to go into this, I want to say foster care, but it's not, it's whatever SPCA adoption shit or whatever. They're going to be made into horse, what is it, glue factory, the horse thing. It's like, I mean, that's not funny, but that's the reality though, It's like these dogs are probably going to sit in a kennel for the next 6 months to a year until they might have to get put down. All because some dipshits didn't realize that dogs don't stay small forever, and eventually they grow big and they're going to need room to grow. But they didn't fucking realize it soon enough, and they just kept buying puppies. It's like, you guys, not only are you the cringiest humans in the world and the saddest, most pathetic ones, but you're just assholes. Like, at that point, like, you're just an asshole. Like, fuck. And since we're talking about dogs, I need to tell everybody on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Both my bots actually they both shit the bed there and disconnected. But yeah, so what I was saying was the dogs there. Like, uh, I was just gonna get into the other argument, which is, can we stop with the whole fucking dog versus human thing? Can we just end that debate? Because it's wrong on both sides, and it just fucking pisses me off, honestly. And I'm really sick of it. And you guys know what I'm talking about too. Because you're talking about there's the people that are like pro dog. They're all fucking pro fucking dog, and you know, kids are gross, and my dog's my kid, and you know, fuck your kids. This is my dog. He's the best. And then and those people are pretty cringe. And then there's the other side of it, which is the fucking pro babies, like people that don't like dogs in particular, and dog people, and they're like fuck your dog, get shot. It can get shot any time. Nobody gives a fuck. It's not a child, and it's like, and then it's like, why don't you have a child? It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. Where it's like just fucking split it down the middle, you people. All right, everybody needs to just calm down. It's okay to not want kids and to have a dog. It's okay to not want a dog and have kids. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's even crazier. You can have a kid and a dog. That's the craziest thing. But it's just like I don't get these totalitarian fucking, like where people are like it's this or this. It's one side or the other. And I find both of them pretty cringy where like the one side where people are like a dog is merely a vessel for Orochimaru's body. It means nothing to me. Because it's like, no, it's not true. Fucking dogs obviously mean a lot to their owners. I mean, unless you're a piece of shit that gets like three of them and just says, go fuck yourselves, fend for yourselves. But for the most part, dog owners like Ryan, they actually care about their dogs and, they love them. They're part of the family. And that's fine. People could do that. People could post pictures of their dogs sitting on Santa's lap. It's a little fucking weird to me, but hey, guess what? Freedom, baby. Gotta love it. And on the other hand, it's like, there's the people with the they like it. I don't know. The bottom line is it just goes both ways. It's like just do what you want. And from the baby standpoint too, not everybody has to have a baby. We really need to get that out of the way early. And I have a daughter. She's fucking beautiful. She's adorable. I love her so much. My stepson, I when I when I when I watched him get born, I I unfortunately missed the birth of my daughter, which her mother will never let me live down because I was working and I was just on my way back, and it was a quick delivery though. But with the first guy, it was quite a while, so I thought I had time. I didn't realize the next one was just gonna shoot out of there like a goddamn rocket and just be like, "Hello, everybody, I'm here." but but no, the first labor, I was like, I got time. I could come, I could drive back, no problem. But I don't know. Either way, I was there for her in the hospital. But with my stepson, I actually watched him get born, and it was honestly, it kind of makes me tear up a little bit just think moment. It's probably there's stories about men puking and men running out of the room and all that kind of stuff, or men just not wanting to be there. But it's like no, I really wanted to be there. I was committed, and I want to see this through. This has got to be the most intense thing I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, like being there and just like you see a human come out of a human, and they're all fucking white and weird looking. They're covered in goo, and I'm like, holy shit. And then like I cut his cord, and there's a baby. It's just sitting there. They clean him up a little bit, get the white shit off him, the afterbirth and all the blood and whatever else might be on him. And they wrap him up in a little blanket. It's like there's this little pink human, or black, whatever the ethnicity is, I guess. But Asian, Hispanic, he comes out, and yeah, it's just a beautiful little human, and it's like one of the most incredible things ever. And both him and my daughter were just cute as buttons when they were born, and it really is an experience. But having said that, just because that's what I want to do, and I knew I wanted kids at some point, you know, not everybody wants kids though, and I don't think anybody should be. I don't think anybody should be forced, and I think it's. I don't know. I don't want to say shitty because people mean well by this. They're not trying to be dicks, but it's often the time where grandparents are parents in this case, they want to become grandparents, right? So it's and I know my parents weren't really like this. Ironically, I'm the one that had a kid, but I know some of my friends and stuff, and they have grandparents and parents that are like, when you having a kid, come on, you gotta have a kid soon. It's like, and I think it's just the way the world's going. The world is shifting away from that. Not that it's shifting away from children, but a lot more people are. That's not their number one priority, especially early in life. But and sometimes it might not even be a priority. They don't want kids. But I think we need to kind of, I hate using this word, but normalize uh, people not having kids because I think that's cool too. And I think people should stop being judgmental when it comes to that stuff. If one of your friends doesn't want to have kids, the wrong answer is like, why the fuck not, you piece of shit? The right answer is, yeah, that's cool. You do you, you know? And again, as a dad, I would say it's probably one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. And it's, you know, I mean, it, everything they do is interesting because you're watching a human being discover the world. And especially somebody like me that's very interested in the mysteries of the universe and the mysteries of Earth, even, and just like everything. It's like there's a certain satisfaction you get from solving a mystery, and but it's really cool as an adult seeing a child figure out stuff. And it's stuff that's so arbitrary, it's so easy, simple shit, right? Eating, using a spoon, wiping her ass. That's a big one. It's just simple shit that we don't even think about. Which, if you want to talk about wiping asses, I have actually a funny story about that because actually, I was wiping my ass wrong for like I don't know, probably 14 years. No, 15, 20 years almost. When do you learn to wipe your ass? When you're well, my son still doesn't wipe his ass. He goes on a potty and he shits, but then you got to wipe his butt for him. But and he's working on four. He's creeping up on four. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I was like 23 years old when I discovered that I was wiping wrong. Like, and by wiping wrong, I mean I was like scrunching it up. Like, I would just take a bunch of toilet paper and scrunch it up and just kind of shove it in there, and I wipe. But then I watched uh, I think it was my girlfriend was telling me, she's like, I think she's doing her makeup or something while I was taking a shit, which is probably disgusting for anybody to know, but couples will know. It happens. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, wipe my ass. What do you think, motherfucker? And she's like, why'd you just scrunch up the toilet? Because I literally just like, I take, like 7 tiles or whatever, 6 or 7 tiles, and I just fucking scrunch it up in the ball and just shove it up my ass. And just wipe that way. But, spoiler alert, that's wrong. And the correct way to do that is to, yeah, um, fold it together so it's a nice square, and then a nice thick square, and then go. And I'll tell you, when it comes to that kind of shit, nothing's worse than when you're absolutely desperate. I'm part germophobic, right? So I don't like public bathrooms on the best of days. But there's nothing worse than having to use a public bathroom and they got that one ply fucking toilet paper. Walmart is definitely guilty of this. And then like there's nothing worse than you're wiping and all of a sudden your finger goes butter in your asshole. And then you get that ugh, nice little Reese's Pieces on the end of your finger and you're like and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. That's you can wipe all you want, but that finger is spoiled. It's spoiled forever. It is forever unclean. But anyways, I digress. The whole argument is let people do what they want. If your friends like dogs, let them have dogs. If they want to have kids, fuck whatever. Let them have kids. You don't have to be fucking. You don't have to be an extremist on either side. It's okay to like both. Again, me obviously I like kids because I have them, and it's not that I don't like dogs. I love dogs. I think they're awesome, but I have part of my whole germaphobe thing, and like it's not even germophobia. Like it is, but it isn't. It's that, but it's also I think they call it like fear of contamination, but it's just like I don't like. There's a couple things I don't like, and one of them is dog or animal hair. I just can't stand having it on me. It just I feel itchy, and it's just not a good time. And then the other thing is sparkles. As weird as that sounds, I I don't I don't like sparkles. Like if somebody gets me Christmas gift and it's got fucking sparkly like sparkles on the gift tag, sparkles in the wrapping, I fucking I don't lose my mind because I'm a professional. But you know, I I kindly unwrap it and throw it away quickly. Because I don't know, there's just something about it. Like sparkles, they just get everywhere. Doesn't matter. Glitter, sparkles, that's what I mean. Gets everywhere. And it doesn't matter where. It's even the other day I got one of those prepaid visas for Christmas and I forgot I hadn't activated it and used it yet. And I unwrapped it, and sure enough, it's a Christmas one, so it's all glittery, and the glitter kind of spilled out everywhere on my computer desk, and I was a little fucking triggered a little bit. I was like, "Oh God!" And it's just like I don't know. It's weird. It's like a fear of contamination or something. It's like because they get everywhere. I'm just like Anakin Skywalker. I don't know. I'm like I don't like sparkles. They're coarse and rough, and they get everywhere. So when it comes to the kids doing arts and crafts, eventually at school, that's probably going to be an issue. Miss Dawson, my daddy said we can't use any of these sparkles on our project because it's the devil's playground. What? My daddy won't let me take it home. He said throw it in the garbage. Okay, I'm not cold hearted. I'll do that. Like I'm not against it totally, but ultimately, yeah, I hate sparkles. Case closed. All right. So yeah, bottom line is, if you're gonna get animals or kids, make sure you're responsible enough to take care of them. And that's Codeman's advice for the day. In other words, so in gaming news, uh, me and me and the guys have been playing a lot of that World War Z game lately, and it's really fucking fun. It is. I underestimated it. Like I did not think it would be a good game. Just mostly because it's a movie game. But and I know people are gonna say it's not a movie game. It's based on the book. of the survivor stories. Okay, okay, but still, when the general audience looks at it, they're gonna see the movie World War Z, for a reason. But because the whole pyramid thing and them stacking on top of each other was literally taken right out of the film. And I don't know if they do that in the book. Maybe they do that in the book. They stack themselves up like a pyramid, but I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we've been playing it, and so it's basically a Left 4 Dead clone. It's just like a co-op. It's a co-op zombie shooter game, but I gotta give it props because the most recent one that's come out is Back 4 Blood, and this one is right now it's on sale on Steam for I think it's $28, and then the deluxe edition is $35. And I do have to talk about something with the deluxe version that does make me cringe, but we'll get to that in a second. But when it comes to like the Back 4 Blood versus uh World War Z, like Back 4 Blood is really good, and I really enjoyed. I didn't buy the full version, but I played the beta when it came out, and I gotta say, like the explosions in that game were really underwhelming. Same with the zombie damage. Like the zombie damage was worse than Left 4 Dead 2. Like in Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, you could like blow off arms, blow off pieces of the face, pieces of the body, like real time damage on the zombies, which is in World War Z as well. Whereas in Back 4 Blood, the zombies don't even like blow up or anything. You can't take arms off or anything really, unless they fix that in the full version. I don't think so though, because that would involve a bunch of programming that should have been in the beta. And same with the pipe bomb in Back 4 Blood, you throw it, and you know, Left 4 Dead, it was like all the zombies would get attracted to it, and then they'd blow up, and there'd be a big spray of blood, and then there'd be zombies flying everywhere. And then Back 4 Blood, it was really mediocre. Like the zombies would just, it was like it wasn't even like an explosion. They would just like fucking fall over. Like I was like, oh, that's pretty underwhelming. And I don't know, it just Back 4 Blood had a good setting, cool weapons, and it was cool that you could aim down the sights with the weapons. Those were pretty much the best things about it. But other than that, it was honestly pretty fucking mediocre compared to World War Z. And oh, the other thing is the boss fight zombies. I thought were really cool. Again, I only ever fought the giant, like that giant thing, because that's the only boss that was available in the beta. But that was super cool fighting like a boss zombie. That was awesome, and it really fit the game. But and World War Z doesn't have any boss zombies, but that's because it's set in a more, I don't want to say realistic, but it's set in more like it's set in the World War Z universe where the zombies are just zombies. They're just people. There's no like super infected, But World War Z does have special infected, but they're not like big tanky sons of bitches. They're all normal zombies. But there's like a creeper that's silent and jumps on you. And then there's like the hazmat zombie, which is just a hazmat zombie, but when you shoot him, he releases toxic gas. And then there's the strong zombie that tackles you like a charger from Left 4 Dead, but it's just a SWAT zombie. It's called a bull. It's just a zombie in SWAT gear. So they're all grounded in reality. Like they're not like super pounds of flesh or anything, But the swarms are fucking intense. Like you'll literally be fighting thousands of zombies at a time. And the way it shows it, like the amount of zombies, you could see them in the distance. Like literally tens of thousands in the distance. Of course, tens of thousands don't come after you. It only adds up to, like I said, like thousands. It's still lots. But like the setting around you, you'll see like thousands of them in the background just running, like in the movie. And they'll pyramid up, climbing on top of each other. Like it's super intense, and I never expected it to be such a fucking fun game. We were doing 4-player co-op the other night, and Oh, damn. What a great game. And all the weapons feel fun and unique, and you can upgrade them. All the survivors and the characters. There's like at least 20 characters. And yeah, because there's 7 chapters and there's 4 people. So there's 28 characters, I guess. Because each episode, 7 episodes, each episode has 4 different survivors, which is like the book. It's all survivor stories from around the world. So there's an episode in like Moscow, France, um, uh, Tokyo. The and that's the coolest thing about this game is that we're not done it yet. We've done of the co-op campaign. We did up to chapter 6, I think, or 5. So I think we have Rome and I can't remember what the last location is. It's like Kyrgyzstan or something. It's some like Middle East, I think. I can't remember though. But but every location. That's the one thing that, and the guys would agree with me that every location seemed unique and different. And when it came to uh, at the end of typically at the end of an episode of Left 4 Dead or anything like that, there is an escape plan where you have to like escape, or you have to get on a boat or whatever. You have to collect gasoline to get on a boat or a car. But in this game, it's always something different. And it's been a boat and stuff like that a few times, but sometimes it's just surviving. Sometimes it's getting to an airplane. Sometimes there was one that was really cool in the France episode, which was the last one, was you had to use a fucking missile silo. You had to load it with missiles, and you had to blow up 4 infected hives so you could escape. Like, no ending to a chapter or even an individual episode was the same. It was always a different fight against the Zeeks or what have you. It would be some sort of survival or escape. And I thought it was really good. Whereas, like I said, Left 4 Dead, it's always the same. It was always like, fill this with gas, fill that with gas, finish this, do that. It's the same thing. You never varied in your objective. But yeah, this game they've done really well, and the characters seem grounded in reality. The locales are beautiful, and the zombies are actually fucking crazy and scary, and it's not hard. It's not that hard to get overwhelmed. But I don't know. It's one of those things that it's one of those things that it's just it goes to show you that you should always look at the main game studios, like uh like Valve, or I can't remember who did Back for Blood off the top of my head, but they've obviously shown that they can't really do they can't do as well as other people with a smaller budget. And it's a cheaper game. I think if you bought it at MSRP, it's only $50. But this is where we get down to the greasy part of it. What I didn't like about it, and this is really the only thing I didn't like about it so far, just because I think it's a bad business practice. Honestly, it's stupid because we had a friend that had Game Pass, and Justin, obviously the Game Pass fanboy, and he was playing it on his PC through Game Pass. But Game Pass only has the basic edition of the game, which is fine. That's fine. There's no DLC besides weapons. But it turns out what we learned was that you could only play the game in first person mode if you have the deluxe edition. And I thought that was really fucking scummy. I thought that was fucking outrageous that they essentially put a camera angle behind a paywall. And I was just like, oh my god. I'm like, here we go. This is the world we're living in now. Like, I don't know. That's a scumbag move to me. Putting a first person experience behind a paywall. Ah, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they did that, but and again, the deluxe edition's only like I don't know, $10 more or something. I don't know. I got the deluxe edition because the game's on sale at the time, so it was only $35 or something for the deluxe, which I could live with. That's a cheap game, especially because it's so fucking fun. But I would have been furious if I bought the $28 version, uh, and I realized I couldn't play it first person because those games are not as good in third person, and that's why I that's honestly why I did play that game for so long because I thought it was third person because it was, but then I heard somebody say that they added like it's first person now that you can change camera angle, but what they don't tell you is that it's only in the deluxe edition. So yeah, I know. Just thought that was cancer. But yeah, I'm gonna probably wrap it up here because I gotta get going. And yeah, I'm gonna be going on a fishing trip. So I'll be talking about that next week. Be talking how that went, and we're going ice fishing up north, and it should be fun. Unfortunately, I don't have a good ski pants to wear, but I'll figure out something. So take my words of advice, guys. Um, don't buy Chinese products. You will be disappointed 100% of the time. But yeah, all right. I'll see you guys in the next episode of the podcast. Peace.